Well, it's already a record-breaking warm day. Wednesday, we're going to continue to break some records as some unusually early heat continues across southern Minnesota for April. We're also talking about rain and snow in the forecast. So already we are breaking records this morning. A record warm low, the old one was 60, set back in 1941. We only dropped to 63 in the Twin Cities overnight, and it was balmy all across southern Minnesota, 50s and 60s. These are morning temperatures we'd expect in late June or mid-August. Of course, not quite April. It's warmer than our average high temperature should be even. What sticks out like a sore thumb continuously, though, we've been talking about this, the deep snowpack in eastern North Dakota, northwestern Minnesota, really keeping temperatures down there. And it's not just the matter that it's plain deep snow. We got just as deep of snow in northeastern Minnesota, but notice the difference that the pine forests make compared to the open prairies and farmlands there. It looks bright white. That's what we call albedo. It reflects back so much of that strong April sunshine. So until they melt that snow, it's going to be much colder over what looks like basically a glacier in eastern North Dakota. We've got this strong southwesterly flow, upper level ridge sitting right over us. This is the best ingredient here for a heat wave in April. That means a string of 80s. The air is coming from Colorado and the desert southwest. In fact, when we trace the trajectories of this air mass over the last 36 to 48 hours, it comes from Colorado and New Mexico. So that's why it's a very warm air mass, a record-breaking air mass, in fact. So I've circled here potential record highs: the Twin Cities, Rochester, La Crosse, Eau Claire, throughout Wisconsin, Iowa, Sioux Falls could also see some record high temperatures today too, and these temperatures are way above normal, more than 30 degrees above average, which is much farther from the average than any of the cold we had in March and April. So I know we were complaining about that, but this outpaces the anomalies that we had on the cold end of things. We've got red flag warnings as well across southeastern Minnesota. This is where they saw the snowpack leave earliest, and with the warm conditions, the wind, and this time of year low humidity when we head into the afternoon hours, that creates the potential for fire danger here because, of course, a lot of dead debris out there that's drying out. We haven't seen the green up just yet. Relative humidity is going to be around 20 to 25% here across southern Minnesota this afternoon, along with gusty winds of 30, 40 miles an hour even. So any fires that might spark could spread very quickly in conditions like this. So that's what those red flag warnings are posted for through the day today into the evening. 'Tis the season. We see this quite commonly in April until things green up because of the dry conditions and on these warm, windy days. Showers develop for northwestern Minnesota tomorrow. We'll stay dry. In fact, I think Friday even we stay dry. By evening and overnight, we'll start to see some showers and then into early Saturday. But I think we're going to squeeze out a couple more very nice, very warm days before we see what looks like a crummy weekend, sort of a correction on the temperatures. But still that potential for quite a bit of precip to fall, anywhere from a ½ inch to 1.5 inches across Minnesota. Some of that will fall as snow, but even in northern Minnesota, it looks to be mostly liquid, and on top of river levels that are already rising rapidly from all this snowmelt this week. Best chance when we look at sort of an average of the models of snowfall is going to be northeastern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin. Basically anything that's under 1 inch or 2 won't even probably accumulate. The models can't account, again, for that compacting and melting. But when we look at 4 different models, only one, the American model, which tends to be crazy sometimes, produces a little bit more snow further south. Not quite believable, but either way, we probably will see snowflakes if you're going to be out late Saturday and Saturday night as temperatures drop. That high of 57 on Saturday is going to be at midnight Friday night. From there, we will drop into the 40s and 30s. Chilly Sunday, but back to seasonable temperatures really here by Monday and Tuesday in the 50s. Yeah, a reminder that the normal high is about 57, not 87.